What happens at an immigration interview? This question comes up often. Now that interviews are back with the new administration, green card applicants, marriage-based petitions, even employment green card applications have to go for an interview. Client often asks me to go to interview with them because they don't know what happens at the interview. So I'm going to give you a brief review of what actually happens inside an interview room with the USCIS officer. You have your notice, you appear at the time that the USCIS notice tells you to appear at the building of the USCIS offices. We go inside, you check in, they take the picture and fingerprint of the applicant. You sit there, wait for a few minutes, the officer will call you and we go to the officer's room. There's going to be, if it's a marriage-based petition, 2 chairs for the applicant and the US citizen. I usually sit in the back, the officer sit at the desk, and the interview starts by swearing in clients. You swear under oath that you tell the truth, and the questions start. The interviews can be anywhere from 10 minutes to 8 hours. It just depends on what the officer wants to know and how well prepared you are. Have you provided the documents the officer needs to see in an organized fashion? The better prepared you are, the less time the interview will take, because the officers really don't have a lot of questions when they see everything in a very organized manner. They just want to make sure you are doing what you say you're doing at the interview. So for a marriage-based interview, which we're going to focus on here, the officer is usually asking the US citizen first, how did you meet? What was the situation? How did the relationship evolve? Usually that takes 5 to 7 minutes. If everything is well, the officer then moves to the applicant. They ask the applicant questions about the form I-485. Have you been to US before? What kind of visa? Have you been denied a visa? Have you done any illegal activities? Things of that nature. And if the officer is satisfied within 5, 6, 7 minutes, they ask some joint questions as to what are you doing together? What are you doing for fun? Have you met each other's families? And usually it wraps up at that point. If the officer is suspicious, if something is not right, they might separate the parties, ask separate questions. The key is to be prepared, anticipate everything that can happen at the interview, and have it ready with you. When I go with clients to an interview, I meet with them ahead of time several times to make sure everything is ready. All the files are organized, everything is in a colored binder, so you don't have to scramble in an interview looking for stuff. Being prepared is really the key to be in an immigration interview, because anything can happen and you want to be on your best foot at the interview. Anything can happen at an immigration interview. You can walk out being approved in 5 minutes, or you can be referred to Homeland Security Investigations, HSI, and you may be deported. Both things are on the table. These things can happen. It just depends on how prepared you are, how well you present yourself, how truthfully you answer questions. Talk to us about your upcoming immigration interview. We'll review your case, we'll make sure your documents are proper, we'll organize your material, make sure everything is in a fashion that you can easily present it to the officer. We'll go over all the questions with you so you're comfortable answering questions truthfully and correctly to the officer, and hopefully have a successful interview and are approved. We're here for you. Contact us if you have any questions.